Bah. Yeah, I'm just testing the audio before I start making the video. Um, it's just kind of handy with what do you call it, OBS, whatever it's pronounced. Um, but when I start going, bah, just to check the mic thing's going up. It's also getting a bit of noise from the fan that's on its lowest setting. But whenever I just check, I just start sort of going bah, bah, and then start wanting to go ha 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 ha. Oh Superman, ha 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 ha. You have to then if you don't know Laurie Anderson's Oh Superman, go look it up. It's brilliant, absolutely wonderful. It's about 8.5 minutes long. It's mad, but it's just absolutely wonderful. She also was she was the guest singer, as it were, on Peter Gabriel's "This Is the Birds" brackets excellent picture, and which is sort of one of the sort of. I don't think it was a. It wasn't. Was it a single? I don't think it was a single from his "So" album in 1986, but was it 85 when it came out? I forget. But I do remember with Peter Gabriel's "So" because I love Sledgehammer. I later got into his earlier music, but then the stuff with Genesis, like I Know What I Like in Your Wardrobe, which is it's just completely mad. But I bought the LP because I bought the 7-inch of Sledgehammer. This is stupid. I bought the 12-inch of 12-inch of Don't Give Up, which was a bit of a waste of time because it didn't really have an extra. I can't remember if it had an extra track on the B side, but I think the main track was slightly longer. So for basically double the price, £3.50 instead of £1.80, so they've got a slightly extended main track. Complete waste of money. And then I bought the CD single of Big Time and the cassette single of Red Rain. And the stupid thing about buying the CD single of Big Time is I didn't have a DVD, I didn't have a CD player at the time. But they didn't stop me trying to put it on my vinyl turntable and just seeing if it would play, putting the needle on the obviously on the label side because I thought that's how it worked. It didn't work anyway, unsurprisingly. But nil desperandum, give it a try. Anyway, there's also a version of Oh Superman by David Bowie, I think. So do check that out. Now it's time for Smash. Savior of the Universe. I think it's a Ninja Kitty video. Yeah. It's very funny. I hope Smash appreciated it. I mean, everyone, a little bit of gentle ribbing doesn't really hurt. But I'm not gonna rag Smash over this because I've detailed my situation with. Well, I've gone into ish depth about Mark Pollard. Look at Mark Pollard Thistle comedy. You'll see it. Thistle is in the Scottish flower thing. Because the thistle has pricks because he's a prick. That's Mark Pollard, and you'll find it anyway on my website. It's just not a situation I want to repeat, quite frankly. But anyways, let's get into the situation with Tommy because he's basically saying that everything Tommy told him was just a complete lie. And I listened to this earlier, and I thought I could add to this. When you promise things as you go along, and then it just turns out to be complete fucking bullshit. So let's get into it.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Smash JT. I wanted to talk a little bit about Earthworm Jim, the game for the Intellivision Amico that was, well, let's be honest, for the most part, the most hyped up game.
Definitely.
The most hyped up people were about the Intellivision Amico.
People who had like 600 years in the experience in the console industry between them, or gaming industry.
For a lot of people, it was the only thing they cared about. Earthworm Jim. What's going on with it? What's the status of it? What's it going to be like? When's it coming out? So I wanted to make a video telling you guys basically everything Tommy told me.
So is this we're spilling the beans on Tommy Tallarico. It's interesting stuff. And I saw someone mention, I'm not sure if someone mentioned it in the comments on one of Darius's recent streams, that maybe it's the first, or maybe Darius said it himself. I can't remember. It's the first. Could it be the first in a well? I mean, if Darius is reading out comments on his stream, then yeah, he would have come from his mouth in a way. But you know what I mean. You were written by somebody else, but then he just read it out. But basically, it could be the first in a series of what Tommy told me. You know, videos spilling the beans about Tommy Tallarico. Oh, and I just realised I said the song was called "This Is the Birds." I think that's what I called it. Did I put? I think I said it's "This Is the Birds." Excellent picture. No, it's "This Is the Picture," and in brackets, "Excellent Birds." Yeah. Anyway, do check that out as well. But let's get on with the video.
If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and bell for notifications so you do not miss an upload.
Yeah, do do subscribe to my channel. Thank you.
This has turned
It's nice of him to mention that, actually.
into like an all things Amico channel. I didn't ever intend that, but at the same time, I enjoy talking about it.
Yeah, and you know, you could say that the Amico stuff gets the hits. Well, my video about DJC doing a song could have been Amico. Didn't get so many hits, but you know, do check that out. But yeah, just waffling on about the Amico does tend to get hits. It's good. It'd be a shame when it all goes away, quite frankly. Will there be any hits from any other retro kind of stuff? Who knows?
And it's what people are watching right now. Like, I made a video talking about a debut in the metaverse for the GameStop movie I'm in, and it just fell flat on its face. I'm like, that's interesting stuff, but no one's searching it. Well,
I get that. I get that way with the gameplay. I make a lot of gameplay videos because I play a lot of video games. I may as well stick them online. Yeah, hardly anyone watches them, but they're fun to make anyway.
welcome to the YouTube algorithm.
Oh, but then again, I did make a video that's fairly recently, how to find the ivory white in Hitman 3, because it's the recent elusive target, the broker, which I completely stuffed up. I found the ivory white. I saw on someone else's video where that was, but I went to get the ivory white first, and then on the way back I cocked it up, got shot dead, and then so I couldn't complete the contract or the target. But I just called my video, instead, if I'd just called it the broker, even if I'd finished it, and I just called it the broker, no one would have cared because any videos about the broker had already come out. But yeah, I just called it how to find the ivory white, and it's getting a lot of traffic from searching on YouTube and Google. People just basically searching how to find the ivory white. And that's still going now, even though the broker. I think the broker's there up until Monday coming up. But yeah, if anyone wants to find the ivory white, they'll find my video, which is quite a nice thing. But that's so yeah, a slight change in how I've worded the title from just the broker to how to find the ivory white. So for a change, a gameplay video worked. But yeah, YouTube algorithm.
Anyways, making a video here talking about Earthworm Jim 4. I believe that's the one we're on. 1 and 2 on the Super Nintendo and Genesis. 3D on the Nintendo 64. And a bunch of like minor Earthworm Jim stuff here and there, but no official games in the lineage outside of like Game Boy and Game Gear type stuff. So Earthworm Jim 4. That's where we're at. Debuted.
I hear Tommy likes to shove cartridges up a Game Boy. I don't know, maybe it's his console of choice, who knows?
What was it, August 2020? We're approaching 2 years from the reveal of the teaser trailer. And here's where I should have known better. There's like, I'm going through my mind right now on everything I talked to Tommy about and things I should have questioned more.
And this is why I liken it to my own situation, because things I just kind of, I don't know, I was just kind of swept along with running a comedy club, and I was in a a very down period in my life, and I thought, is this the point where I try and make something of my life, make something different? Go it alone, go the self-employed route. And yeah, things that were things I when I wasn't quite sure about things, I just kind of let it slide, hoping for the best. Thinking, shall I ask that question? Shall I do this? Shall I do that? And then I just let things slide, and then I didn't ask the right questions, and then it all blew up in my face later on. And yeah, so I hear where it's coming from.
Things I should have asked more questions about. Red flags. To just sum it up in 2 words. A red flag with the Earthworm Jim situation, and there were plenty, was, let's start with one of them. When Tommy was unsure of what the game was even going to be like, there were some interviews of him saying how it's going to be a party game, and then other interviews where he clarified saying, no, it's going to be just like Earthworm Jim. And then other interviews where he's like, well, they're still working out the details on it. You could never nail down like what it was he was actually focusing on with the game.
This sort of brings me back to my own situation in a way, because as well as trying to run a comedy club and things like that, we were always looking for lots of venues. And what Mark Pollard was showing me was sort of one building after another that was in the general, not the same area, but sort of within 15 to 20 minutes radius of where we were. Just sort of looking at various different buildings that we could try out, and and he'd always say, you could have a picnic area over there when we went somewhere, or you could have, I don't know, there are various rooms in a building, and you could say, well, yeah, you could have that room for kids' parties, you could have that room for that, and you could always, and he'd go into kind of quite in depth about certain things, even saying that you could make people would come out for an afternoon, and you'd have all this party stuff going on outside, and you make sandwiches and you put salt on the sandwiches, and putting salt on the sandwiches makes people want to drink more. So just like basically increasing the sales of alcohol. So it's just a case of making it sound like he had all these ideas to make the whole thing work for something that was never going to happen. And yet, I mean, in this case, it doesn't even sound like Tommy had that. It just kind of sounds like he didn't know what, with Tommy, he didn't even know what lie he was saying. So, in a way, Mark Pollard's bested Tommy Tallarico in the bullshit stakes. But,
And that's concerning in its own right. But then when I privately talked to Tommy about this, I would question him about it. I'd be like, look, Earthworm Jim is the game. It is the potential system seller. And Tommy's like, well, no, we're looking for the families, the moms and grandmas and the people that are going to, this, that, the other thing. And I'm like, right. But Earthworm Jim, why would it be coming to this console that's supposed to be family friendly? And you're looking at Earthworm Jim, the previous games, and he's got a blaster that just blows the shit out of everything. So
this is a similar thing. Excuse me. Similar thing to like Finnegan Fox, where he's just sort of shooting all over the place, and it's Tommy's trying to say, oh, it's a friendly game. Moon Patrol shooting all over the place, just shooting aliens and rocks, but still shooting.
It's not really a family-friendly game from that perspective, especially in perspective of what Tommy had said in the past, how they're not going to have like Contra games and stuff because that involves shooting, but then they also said they could replace stuff with squirt guns. So it's just a lot of misguided information, double talk.
Okay, so at this point in the proceedings, I made the video. I spent about half an hour over half an hour doing this bit, the main part of the video, and then I found out that for some reason my external hard drives decided to slow everything down. It just made everything crunch to a halt. and you may have noticed the picture just kind of sort of breaking up then, and then from 322 to 516, the video just stopped altogether, and any of my commentary during that point was all gone as well. So I'm going to try and remember what I said as I go through it, but then I don't want to do the whole thing again. I'm sure you'll get the gist of it, but it's a bloody pain in the arse, I tell you. One thing I do know at this point, and I do mention it around about 7:22. Well, I mean, for this bit, it's going to be corrected, but I turned down the volume. Well, I was playing a game. I mentioned it later on. I was playing a game earlier on, and I turned down the volume on the game so I could then do a commentary over it. And then I forgot to turn up the volume, so that's why Smash is a bit quiet. And yeah, I'll mention that later, but I'll just try and sort of fill in the gap for about 2 minutes in this bit, and so you may find the video a bit choppy either side of this. Apologies for that, but I don't really want to spend half an hour, 40 minutes redoing the whole bloody thing.
So it's not really a family-friendly game from that perspective, especially in perspective of what Tommy had said in the past, how they're not going to have like Contra games and stuff because that involves shooting, but then they also said they could replace stuff with squirt guns. So it's just a lot of misguided information, double.
I can't remember if I said this already, but yeah, games like Moon Patrol, that's got shooting in them, albeit you're shooting aliens. You know, so they have guns when it suits them and not when it doesn't. Again, there's just, as I mentioned at this point, a few points in this video, they're just changing the narrative as they go. They can't remember what lies they've told to who.
Talk, double speak. He could never figure out what he wanted to do with the game.
He didn't know himself. He just bullshitted from start to finish. That's Tommy Tallarico in a nutshell. Now he's already got tickets on sale starting next month for his video games live. Who the fuck's going to go and see him apart from deluded? Well, I was going to say the Amico cult. They'll no doubt buy tickets to go and see him in every freaking concert.
And then I saw the teaser trailer, which literally gave zero insight to what people could expect. And come to find out later, that's all they had for the game.
Yeah, but you put a teaser out there and then you hope that you'll be able to make a proper trailer later on, like for a film. I think I might have said already that for a film sometimes they even just show the name of the film, maybe with a bit of music to go with it. And for games, what example did I give for a game? But yeah, sometimes they've just shown the name of a game, or even for, remember The Last of Us Part 2, they just, it was 7 years between games, and after 3.5 years when they did the first teaser, it was just like just like a very, very brief moment between Joel and Ellie. It was sort of created as an extra scene, then playing the guitar, I think, and then just a bit of the theme from The Last of Us. No, that one. And that's enough to set people's hearts racing. Go, yeah, more. Last of Us 2 is coming, even though it was another 3.5 fucking years before that came. But yeah, but at least they followed through with the game. But yeah, the Amico not following through with fuck all.
Huge red flag. There was no world built, no levels, nothing created, no plan on what to do with it. It was literally just a 20-second, if that, of Earthworm Jim on a beach walking back and forth. That's it. And he exits stage right, never to be seen again.
A bit like all the Intellivision lot now. They've exited stage right, and they've all said, "Oh yeah, just we're going through a quiet period. You'll never see us again."
And usually, I mean, outside of Metroid Prime 4, usually, and Breath of the Wild 2, gigantic AAA titles, so keep that in mind too. But usually when there's a teaser, and Metroid Prime 4 didn't even have a teaser, it just had the logo. When there's a teaser trailer, the game at least had started development. This had none of that.
It may have been a germ of an idea originally, and then it just becomes into a full-blown scam later on.
There was an opening screen of him walking back and forth. And the thing that's concerning about that is, I mean, just being real about it, it just, looking back in hindsight, it strikes me as desperation.
So, but let's just try and scam as many people as we can, you know, and we'll ride this out, and then we'll run off to the Cayman Islands when we've got our money. And that's what they've done with $17 million and change.
To prop up a facade to get more investor money to this project. If you don't actually have a game created, you're just selling ideas to people, but implying the underlying, tone is that when there's a teaser, it means the game's being worked on. But in this case, it wasn't.
And of course, all the, well, not just the teaser, as I say, all the people in that chat showing people who'd worked on the Earthworm Jim. I forget the guy's name, but they even had him in that. Didn't they have him in that lunchtime Intellivision video, where they then went on to do the Evel Knievel thing and show how they'd started work on Cornhole from scratch. I'm sure that Earthworm Jim guy was in there, but yeah, I mean that was later on as well. Clearly a fucking scam by that point.
And that was a big red flag. Again, talking to Tommy, I was like, you need to stop everything you're doing and put all attention on Earthworm Jim 4 and have this game launch with the console. Like, that would be the killer app, literally.
I mean, yeah, it would have been. And Tommy was always saying, "Oh, that's going to come out about a year after the console has come out," even though the console was could have obviously delayed a year and a half and so on, and it's still never come out. So there would have been plenty of time to work on. Obviously, if it was not a scam, there would have been plenty of time to work on Earthworm Jim 4 during this time, and all the other games, of course. But they never worked on anything, as we saw when they showed. I'm laughing with incredulity when they last showed that. Last showed a gameplay video, which was just gameplay of the same gameplay of 2 years earlier. It's just, and then of course you have those cardboard box games that will never work. There's I never thought there'd be an RFID thing in there. There's no point for it whatsoever. So yeah, but Turbo Joe thinks he's going to be able to use his cardboard box games on the Amico when it comes. I've got news for you, Joe. You won't.
That would sell the systems. It would be a system seller for a ton of people in the retro game community. And yeah, obviously it has nothing to do with Intellivision, but I mean, who cares? Who cares? It's like you're trying to sell a game console. So I said this to Tommy. He's like, oh yeah, wouldn't that be something? That'd be cool, but we're nowhere near ready with that game. We're so far along in development of everything else. We're not gonna stop those and start on Earthworm Jim 4. So by that logic, they literally had zero intention of getting this game out anytime soon.
Yeah, this is how the scam works. Maybe there was a germ of an idea originally. Who knows? Unless, well, then again, Tommy's telling various lies. As I say, he can't remember what lies he's told to who. And then it just turns out that they're not making the game after all anyway, and they're just stringing people along. And you only find that out. It only sort of becomes wholly apparent many months down the track when the doors are shut and everyone's bolted and you can't get your money back. And yeah, you realise the game is up, and you're just left fucked in the arse basically. Alright, con man.
And that's giving him a little bit too much credit, but we'll give the credit. We'll trust in Tommy.
Did you say that again?
By that logic, they literally had zero intention of getting this game out anytime soon, and that's giving him a little bit too much credit. But we'll give the credit. We'll trust in Tommy.
Don't trust in Tommy. Fuck me, Smash. He's fucked you up the arse. He has fucked you hard up the arse. He's fucked lots of people up the arse. Him and all the rest of them. They have done this. Don't give him any fucking credit. Mark Pollard fucked me up the arse. You can go and read the article. I'm not going to link it here. You can look it up. Mark Pollard, Thistle Comedy. You can find it. He fucked me hard up the arse. And sorry, you're probably watching this on Sunday morning when I'm. Oh god, I've gone mad. I just started thinking of With Noel and I, with Paul McGann and Richard E. Grant. When it's just a fucking amazing film. Paul McGann, who's the I in the script, he goes to a toilet, just a rather horrible outdoor toilet, and he just sees a scribbling on the wall that says, I think it just says I fuck arses, and he's just there sort of. It's been a few years since I saw it, so if I've not remembered it exactly, then don't shoot me. But I think he's just sort of saying to himself in his head, I fuck arses? Who fucks arses? Do I fuck arses? I don't know. So yeah, it's just yeah. Sorry for all this bottom talk on a Sunday morning, but you know, it's the truth.
And that this game was going to be coming out eventually. But I think realistically, the more we look at the Intellivision Amico, none of this was coming to fruition. It was all just selling promises.
Just became a big scam, and it only gets revealed when it's all too late.
Empty promises, lies.
Yep.
None of this was anything. But the fact that they went forward and
hang on. Why? I just realised the I just realised the Smash audio might be a little bit too low. Okay. I might try and boost that in post-production, as it were. I was playing a game and I tried to turn it down for the audio of the game so I could talk over it, and so Smash might be a bit too quiet. I'll try and boost the volume on that, but apologies if that's the case, because I've stopped started, so it may be, it is what it is, but I'll know for next time anyway. Apologies.
Showed that trailer at E3, just in hindsight, especially Captain Hindsight here, it puts in perspective everything of what the Intellivision was trying to do, and that is sell the dream and worry about the problem afterwards. After you sell it to people, get the money and work on the stuff after you get the money.
Except they weren't working on anything.
And I mean, there's something to be said for that. Assuming this was not a scam, that was the way they were going about it. But then they got the money and didn't work on it. So I'm left here just wondering, why would they show this stuff, get the money, not work on it, and not make the consoles?
Because it's a scam.
I know I'm kind of going off the rails here, but the whole Earthworm Jim 4 thing, it's such a red flag for the console that all of us should have seen. But I think we were just so enamored by the idea of more retro in our lives coming back to life and reimagining, revisiting what we grew up with back in the day.
Well, I mean, a lot of us have been calling this out as a scam for some time, but especially with that nonsense with the physical media. But when you've got a P.T. Barnum who's basically spun you a web of lies to the point where they've, got you by the balls financially, you'll have your rose-tinted glasses on, unfortunately. Oh, by the way, I mean, you might have figured this out already. But for the bit where it's quiet in this video, put subtitles on. I might put that in the description. Then hopefully be able to see Smash's words, even if you can't quite hear them enough.
And having the ability to play it on modernish console was exciting. At least to me it was. So when I reached out to Tommy and asked him about that and trying to make it a launch game for the console, it was immediately shot down. And granted, this was 2 years ago. So I don't know if they're any further along on it.
Well, they're obviously not. They haven't worked on any other games.
But based off the current situation, I would imagine they're not.
Why even give them the benefit of the doubt at all? Even a glimmer of a benefit of a doubt.
And that's really sad if that's the case, because investors like me were sold on the idea of stuff that was happening and coming down the road eventually that realistically had no road to progress.
Jam tomorrow. That's what it is. You'll get your jam tomorrow. You get nothing now, but yeah, it's coming. Progress is coming. You'll get your jam tomorrow, and then tomorrow never comes. That's how the scam works.
It was an idea that was being peddled to get more investors. That's Earthworm Jim 4 in a nutshell. Does that mean it can't come out? No, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying, like, there were so many red flags along the way, and now we see the dire situation that the Intellivision company is in right now, with zero progress on what should have been a flagship game turned into a red flag.
But what about Pool? Pool, that's clearly a flagship game, because DJC's just made a video going over Pool again, revisiting Intellivision Amico Pool, because he's got literally nothing else to talk about. He's still flying the Amico flag, which is quite sad. But yeah, that'll be a flagship game.
Multiple red flags with Earthworm Jim 4. So I had multiple conversations with Tommy about it, and he always kind of just brushed it away. Like it was never important to him.
Yeah, because that's what scammers are like. They'll just try and... they don't want to have the tough conversations. They just want to try and deflect things, kick the can down the road until they've gone home and you realise you run out of road. And then you've got nowhere else to kick the can, and the can's gone. And Tommy's gone.
I found that interesting. I wanted to share that with you guys. Give you some more insight to what I was thinking as I was in communication with Tommy along the way.
I'd make more videos about Mark Pollard if anyone cared to. I could detail that to hell and back. But yeah. I'll probably just bring it into the Amico chat, because no one's going to watch a specific video about that. But that's the algorithm.
I'm going to leave it right there. Thanks so much for watching, and as always, you stay smashing.
Yeah. So yeah, I'll leave it there. So yeah, apologies if it's a bit too quiet. I'll try and do what I can in post production. But yeah, it may be it is what it is. I might try and just increase the volume a little bit, which will make my voice too loud, and then at least you can then. And now I'm just recording an extra bit at the end here because, oh Christ, this has all gone to fucking pot. So I managed to correct, as I go along, I managed to correct the sound-ish to a degree on whenever Smash was quiet, which occasionally might push my voice up a little bit, so I'm sorry about that. And yeah, then I had to record the extra bit between, as per the timings on Smash's video, between 3:22 and about 5:16. I had to re-record that bit. And then, because OBS decided to crash on me while the external hard drives went all fuck on me, even though I'm recording to the C drive, it cut off the end of my video. So I was just kind of wrapping up anyway, basically. So oh god, this has been an absolute cataclysm of bollocks trying to make this video, I tell you. So I hope it was entertaining, because it's been an absolute pain to make. But anyway, Please like this video, share it with your friends. You don't have to like the audio problems or the video problems, but and I've got the microphone in the wrong place, so still I give up. Anyway, please like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe if you haven't already. Click on the bell for all the notifications. Blah 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 blah. Q Earthworm. No. Q Genesis. I know what I like in your wardrobe. When the sun beats down and I lie on the grass, I can almost hear them talking. Me, I'm just a lawnmower. You can tell me by the way I walk.